Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Lovely to have you here. I wanted to do another press conference. I thought let's do all of them. So we'll just go through all of them. They'll be up on my channel at some point throughout the next few months. So yeah, just look out for them. But I wanted to do every single press conference Elvis has ever done. And this is the next one that we're going to look at. And it's Elvis live interview 1956. I have picked this one. It's with High Gardner. We all know it. Everybody knows it. It's been in the clips are in so many things. This is Elvis, other things. They always use it. So let's watch the full one. This is 8 minutes and 38 seconds long. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
Addict. And to get right into action immediately with the most controversial entertainer of the year, well, you'll hear who. Hi. I have Elvis Presley on the phone. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Elvis. Just one moment.
Hello, Elvis.
Hello?
Did you have fun tonight on the Steve Allen show?
Yes, sir, I really did. I really enjoyed it.
First time you ever worked in tux or tails?
It's the first time I ever had one on, period.
You mean you've got, as they say, 4 Cadillacs, but no tuxedos?
No tuxedo. I usually drive the Cadillacs in blue jeans.
That's very interesting, particularly when a cop stops you and wants to know if you own the car, huh?
That's right. You have to show them all your ownership papers and everything.
You know, less than 2 years ago, you were earning $14 a week as a movie usher and then $35 a week for driving a truck in Memphis. Today, you're the most controversial name in show business. Has this sudden notoriety affected your sleep, your appetite, or the size of your head?
Not the size of my head. It's affected my sleep.
How much sleep do you get?
Well, I average about 4 or 5 hours a night, I guess.
Is that enough?
Well, it's really not, but I'm used to it, and I can't sleep any longer.
What do you keep in mind mostly? I mean, some of the songs you're going to do, or some of your plans, or what? What goes through your mind?
Well, everything has happened to me so fast in the last year and a half till I'm all mixed up, you know. I mean, I can't keep up with everything that's happening. And
well, I think that you've got very good company in Colonel Tom Parker. His feet are on the ground, and I think he's doing a wonderful job of keeping things rolling nicely. You know, I want to give you an opportunity here to go over a lot of the rumors that have been printed about you, including a few that I printed myself, because some of these things can be checked and some can't, and I think that we ought to sort of fix up the record. Now, your style of gyrating while you sing has been bitterly criticized, even by usually mild and gentle TV critics like Ben Gross. Now, do you bear any animosity towards these critics?
well, not really. Those people have a job to do, and they do it.
Now, do you think you've learned anything from the criticism leveled at you?
No, I haven't.
You haven't, huh?
Because I don't feel that I'm doing anything wrong.
Do you read the stuff?
Do I read? You mean
The reviews?
Not if I can help it.
Do you keep a scrapbook at all?
Only of the good stuff.
Only on the good stuff. That's smart. Tell me, what kind of a teenager were you? Did you consider yourself well-behaved?
Yes. Well, I was raised, you know,
Yeah.
in a pretty decent home and everything. My folks always made me behave whether I wanted to or not.
Well, how do they feel about your success and the things that some of the critics have said about you, both good and bad?
Well, I guess they're just like myself. They're very thankful for it. I mean, we always led a kind of a common life. We never had any luxuries, but we were never real hungry, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they're just, you know, they're real proud, just like I am.
Well, now, there were 2 or 3 columns this week that carried items that you had bought 4 Cadillacs. Now, what is that of that, Elvis?
It's
And what?
It's the truth. I do have 4 Cadillacs.
What do you do with 4 caddies?
Well, I don't know. I haven't got any use for 4. I just, you know, maybe someday I'll go broke and I can sell a couple of them.
Well, some people collect stamps and government bonds. I guess Cadillacs are probably in the same category. I understand you gave one of them to your folks. Is that right?
Well, anything that's mine is theirs. I mean, all 4 of them is theirs. I'm planning for 7. I mean, I want 7. You know.
You want 7, huh?
Yes.
Well, you know what's going to happen. You'll wind up outdoing Carey. It'll be the Presley Car Renting Corporation.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Presley used car lot, you know.
Yeah, I understand that you bought a home for your folks, and even though your father is only 39, you've insisted that he retire. Is that true?
Yes. Well, he's more help. I mean, he's more help at home than he is anywhere else because he can take care of all my business. He can And, you can look after things when I'm gone.
Well, I think that's very smart. On your personal appearances, you create a sort of mass hysteria amongst your audiences of teenagers. Is your shaking and quaking in the nature of an involuntary response to this hysteria?
Would you say that again, sir?
Well, I say that when you shake and you quake when you sing, is that sort of an involuntary response to the hysteria of your audience?
Involuntary?
Yeah.
Well, I'm aware of everything I do at all times, but it's just the way I feel.
I mean, for example, if somebody is playing ball, they play just a little bit harder when the fans root, and I was wondering whether this had anything to do with
sure. Well, I guess any artist, if the audience acts like they're enjoying it, if they act like they're with you, well, it makes you put more into it,
Mm-hmm. Do you think that your rocking and rolling has had an evil influence on teenagers, or you think it gives them an outlet?
I don't see that any type of music would have any bad influence on people when it's only a music. I mean, I can't figure it out. I mean, in a lot of the papers, I say rock and roll is a big influence on juvenile delinquency. I don't think that it is. Juvenile delinquency is something that's... It's just, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't see how music would have anything to do with it at all.
I understand that Mitch Miller of Columbia Records defines rock and roll as a safe form of rebellion against mother, father, and teacher. Do you go along with this analysis?
I don't exactly know what he means by rebellion. I mean, how would rock and roll music make anybody rebel against their parents?
Well, I guess that answers Mr. Miller. Now, I've got a couple of questions here I'd like to sort of clear up. One of them, and it's sort of a silly one to me, after having talked with you at some length earlier, what about the rumor that you once shot your mother?
Well, I think that one takes the cake. I mean, that's about the funniest one I've ever heard.
Where'd that one come from? Have you any idea?
I have no idea. I can't imagine. When you mentioned it to me, it's the first time I ever heard it.
Is that right?
First time I ever heard it.
Well, there's another one, too, you may not have heard before. Several newspaper stories hinted that you smoked marijuana to hit the bottle in order to work yourself into a frenzy while singing. What about that?
I don't know.
You won't even bother answering that one. Well, here's a one that's very interesting. I don't know whether you noticed a column the other day. They predict that Elvis Presley will be another James Dean. Now, have you heard that?
I've heard something about it. But I would never compare myself in any way to James Dean because James Dean was a genius in acting.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'll say that I sure would like to. I mean, I guess there's a lot of actors in Hollywood that would like to have had the ability that James Dean had.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I would never compare myself with James Dean in any way.
Now, if you had your choice, would you prefer to be an actor than to be a singing entertainer?
If I were a good actor, of course I'm not a good singer, but if I were a good actor, I think that I would like it a little better. Although, if I ever break into the acting completely, I'll still continue my singing. I'll still continue making records.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, that's always a very, very good sideline. Well, it was just fine talking with you, and I hope that you'll enjoy a long career, whether it's acting or anything else. And I think that all of the things said about you, while they've been extremely critical, I think they have helped to make you the kind of a big name that has made it possible for you to do the things for your folks you always wanted to. So I sort of think I'd look at it that way, Elvis.
Well, sir, I tell you, you got to accept the bad along with the good. I've been getting some very, very good publicity.
Mm-hmm.
The press has been real wonderful to me, and then I've been getting some bad publicity, but you got to expect that. And I know that, I'm doing the best I can, and I have never turned a reporter down. I never turned a disc jockey down because they're the people that help make you in this business.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as I know that I'm doing the best I can, that's...
No, you can't be expected to do any more. And I want to tell you, it's just been swell talking with you, and you make a lot of sense.
Thank you very much.
Give my best to the Colonel now.
Sure will.
Bye-bye.
Well, isn't that amazing? As we have watched, if you've not seen, I've done Houston press conference 1970. I've also done the 72 press conference before Madison Square Garden. So as you can see, even from this one, which is in 56 with Hyde Gardner, he is still the same measured professional person. From 56 right up till the 70s, Elvis has stayed true to himself. And there was a few comments that I just absolutely loved in the other press conferences that I've done. Please go back and have a look if you haven't seen them. I just love this comment. Look how he takes time before he answers. And that was true in those 70s, but it's true there as well. Do you see how he takes the time? He takes time to think before he answers the question, and that is a mark of real intelligence. He's just so intelligent in how he answers the questions, but he thinks about it first. He doesn't just blurt out whatever he's thinking. It's kind of measured. He's really such a mature person in the 50s there, 56. You can see how mature he is, and I just think he answers the questions really beautifully. I love when he said about Vernon being 39, he's better in the house taking care of my business, which Vernon stays true to Elvis all the way, doesn't he? He takes care of Elvis's business right up until the very end. I just think it's wonderful. The rumours, he assesses them. I hate that part where he kind of like downgrades his singing, because I can imagine in the press there's lots of, oh, he can't sing, he's this, he's that, he's a flash in the pan. And Elvis, you can see there, he kind of like agrees with that when he says about his singing, but that's just a lack of confidence a little bit about, because he's probably had such a bashing from the critics at this point, which you can see because he's answering it. Things like, you shot your mother, you take marijuana to work yourself up into a frenzy. I mean, they're just absolutely crazy. And Elvis, you can see there, he just thinks that's absolutely bonkers, and it is. So yeah, I love that interview. I think it's really amazing. It just says a lot about Elvis in the 50s, and it says a lot about him that he continues on in that same vein, because some people, if you were to look at that, would maybe become ego driven and would become different, but you can see from the interviews that are from my last one, he's the same. It's just in the same line, because he's grown as a human being, but he's not changed in the inner quality of his soul, his person, just the person that's within. And that's a testament to his parents and to his family life, which he does speak about in here, because he's from a good family. So yeah, thanks so much for joining me on this one. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with more press conferences. Without a doubt, it'll be after Christmas now, because I filmed the whole of Christmas. Every single day is packed full of Christmas, full of happiness. So yeah, all of December is done, but I will be back in the new year with lots more press conferences and stuff, so please look out for them. I've got to do all of them. Right, I'll speak to you later. Bye everyone, take care.